I don't know. It's just I don't know to write anything about this topic. And actually, this task is nearly the same as the task I used to take for my previous test. So I would like to explore that that task, and I want to have get feedback for that my exercise. So I submitted in the discussion and feedback part. And besides, I did review and watch. Sorry, and read some the vocabulary in the book that Miss Dana gave us, and I already apply and used some that kind of that some collocations and the new words in that book for my essays, and I find that book really useful. And about the topic for speaking, actually, I didn't know what the minimalist the week to do. Uh, like it tells me that talk about the topic, but I'm wasn't really sure that you means that I have to uh talk about a speaking test of that theme, or I just go online and search some questions about that topic and answer this question. I don't know what is the requirement of that test exactly. And listening, I got an 8, and reading, I got an 8 too. But actually, these were the tests that I used to do before. So I think it's not really reliable. That's all.
Okay, that's great. So I'll type in the chat some things to circle back on. One was brainstorming ideas for essays, and then another one was redoing tests that you've done before, redoing reading and listening tests. And also, in terms of like preparing for speaking and writing for the topic of the week, all I want is for you to it doesn't matter too much whether you look for IELTS questions regarding the topic, speaking or writing, or if you're just looking for questions in general about the topic, because the vocabulary that you would use is typically the same. What you need to have done is being comfortable speaking about this topic. So later, when we do speaking drills and there are some questions, it better not stump you guys, because this topic should be a topic that you're familiar with this week. That's all. Okay, Henry, that's awesome. Please invite somebody else as well.
Okay. Anyway.
This week I did a listening test on the website IoT, like IELTS, blah 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 test.com. Yeah. And I got an 8.5. And the mistakes were just I missed 3S for 3 questions. So I didn't got the maximum score. And for reading, I just got like 7.5 to 8. I did it in the paper-based test, like from the materials that I printed it before in the when from the time that I took the previous IELTS exam on December. Yeah, and I got from 7 to 8. I don't know because like the scores, then the band score on Google, they are different. Yeah, so I don't know the exact score. But for writing, as I said, I didn't submit it right, so I'm gonna submit it now. But I did I wrote a test one. I did the vocabulary and idioms research for speaking and writing, but actually I just got the outline for test two, but I didn't write a whole essay. So sorry for that. And for speaking, I just did a part two question. I talk about a businessman that I admire. Yeah, and I have the recording ready, but do I need to send it or just show it to you in this class?
You can send it. You can upload it for some feedback. You don't have to, but we welcome any submissions so that we can give you guys just extra outside of time, like outside of the session feedback. That's great. Okay,
Okay,
and
thank
so I'm gonna put in for you is analyzing mistakes and also let's talk about velocity or just like the amount of work. Okay, in a week. Nice. Okay, let's invite the next person.
you. I invite, don't you?
Good morning, everyone. So, like, this week, I've been kind of busy. So, in terms of um, writing, I wrote an essay for the writing task one and task two. In terms of speaking, I had a um nearly an hour conversation with a member of this community as well, and we practiced and speaking about this topic and about like reading. Um, Actually, I haven't done a reading in IELTS test, but like I'm doing reading test in the city book because like I have to prepare for the Olympic like April 30th. So I'm so sorry for that. And for listening, I've been like listening to podcasts and news, and I haven't got the time to do a listening test on iOS website. So I think that I will spend this evening doing a listening test.
That's awesome. So I'm very glad that you got to connect with someone to do speaking practice. That's important. That's true. Bamatinto is coming up for your test, so good luck. I wish you the best of luck. I know that that's a lot to juggle, but great to hear from you. Let's hear from the next person. Moy, you need to choose somebody. You need to call on someone.
I choose the one with like Jenny's name or like something. I don't know.
Okay. As for my week, I'm so sorry because I haven't sent Miss Dana any of my writing skills, but I actually did the listening and reading test in the Cambridge book. I did look up for the detail or any of, I mean, some of the book that Miss Dana sent on our course, but I haven't done any of that, and I bought for me another book to do it every week. I think that this week I'm not really effective in learning, but I think that I will try to do it in the next week. And I mean, this evening, I will try the writing test. The speaking, I think that I will try it tomorrow or maybe the next day, but today I will not do it.
It sounds like you did do some reading and listening, so that's good. I want you to give yourself some slack. But can you tell us a little bit more as to was it like a lack of time or a lack of motivation, or was it just that, the week went by so quickly and you
Um,
didn't have a chance to do some work yet?
I have time to do it anyway, but um, I just have my motivation is low, so um I don't have like I don't have anything to do with it. I just think in my mind that I need to spend my time to do the IELTS test and do the real test, like the mock test, you know. But I actually so lazy inside my mind, so I cannot do it.
Okay, we'll talk about that. Let's talk about some like practical tips for getting stuff done because I know everyone has those months, not just weeks or days, those months where we just don't feel like we want to do that much stuff. That's great. Let's choose somebody else to also share. Hai bạn mở camera lên nè, Antoinette và Hồng Ngọc. Just want to make sure that you know that it's trừ khi là có vấn đề thôi.
Yeah, actually, my Wi-Fi connection's not good. I cannot even see your video cameras as here. Just like if I open the camera, I hope it's I hope it's gonna works. Can you see me? Like,
We see you.
can
We
you?
see you. Are you? Yes, we see you fine. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So, May, can you choose somebody else to share?
Antoinette.
In this week, I have finished a test.
Hey, before you share, could you turn your cameras on?
Let me move to another page.
Okay, she wants to go clean her face. So how about Hồng Ngọc? Why don't you share first, and then Antoinette can come back.
Can you please repeat the questions? Like, you want what do you want me to share? Like the tips or what I have done during the week?
The second one, yeah.
Uh, Okay, so during the week, I have a lot of assignment at school, but I try my best to finish all the tasks that you gave us. So I've done the listening and the reading and also the writing, except for the speaking one. But I try to listen to like the TikTok videos to compensate for my speaking skill. Um, yeah, and I did the one listening test, which turned out to be like 7.5, and one reading test, which is not, I mean, it is not that good. It's like 7. And for the writing, I submitted in the discussion for feedback already, just last night. And for the speaking, as I told you, that I watched the TikTok about business factors leading to the success of a startup. And the insight is that is timing. Timing is the most important factors that lead to the successful of many startup, not the others like the ideas or the other things.
Interesting. I would like to talk
So
about the special topic research, I guess. She listened to a TED Talk. Okay, go on. Don't worry, don't stop. Internet cực kỳ chập chờn luôn đúng không? Okay, continue.
So about the TikTok video, yeah, the insight that um I referred from the videos was that, yeah, the timings, it was not about the ideas, about the teams, or about the business model, but the fourth one is the timing. So if your ideas is come out too early before the public even know about this, so you have to invest your time and money to educate the publics before introduce your product to the market, right? So yeah, timing is the most important factor.
that I learned from that videos.
I love
I
that.
like that. I like that a lot. Not it then, yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, I love that. Kiểu như là mọi người trong lúc mà mình tìm những thứ mà để mình nghe một cách passively hoặc là actively, thử tìm những cái thứ mà mình đã thích sẵn thì it'll just make it easier. You know, nếu mà học có passion, có interest in business or startups, then makes it so easy to do the work. Cảm giác như mình không làm việc gì hết. I love podcasts. Mọi người học những podcast, highly recommend it, especially for passive listening. Cả nếu mà mình, right? Even if we don't fully understand it 100% all the time, I don't. But you get the gist of it, you get new words, things you're interested about. Recommend. Nếu mà ai muốn chia sẻ về, anyone want to share about their favorite podcast later on, feel free to do so.
Thank you. And I think this is all for my sharing for this week. I like that. Okay, so let's make our way to the last member of today, Antoinette. What about you?
In this week, I have finished a listening test and a reading test on Cambridge. Yeah, I just did it on yesterday because this week I have a lot of tests on my school, and also I have the dictation practice, like 1 or 2 TED practice about dictations, like 2 or 3 days. Yeah, I have did it. And about speaking and writing, I haven't finished any test. But about speaking, I have searched for some vocabulary about business and economics. And also, I listened to some podcasts. It's about TED, and I read a newspaper from Economical. Just that.
That's great. Okay, sounds like you did quite a bit of work. So why don't we start with some of the things that came up as you guys were talking, but I do want you guys for next week to because we're doing our first session this time, so we're sharing what we did and things like that. Next week, we're gonna jump right into a problem that someone faced during the week. I'll say like, hey, like this is an open call for anyone to bring up a problem. And the baseline is you've done work, okay? So let's start with brainstorming ideas. The problem that the student or the person was facing was she was not able to come up with as many ideas as she would have liked for speaking and for writing. So open call, anyone, of course then, but like anyone else, what do you do to address this for yourself? Feel free to unmute, so you don't have to raise your hand or anything. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can start and then you guys can jump in. Thường tin mà gặp vấn đề về brainstorming, I first think about how does the issue affect me? Right? How does this personal, right? Personal reason thì mình sẽ dễ trong cái ví dụ gì đó. Like imagine if it's a topic related to AI or like how AI will affect the future of work. The easiest way is to like think about yourself. Đúng không? Ví dụ như công việc của Tinh nó sử dụng AI nhiều, okay? Nó có thể bị ảnh hưởng thì let's talk about it, right? My job can totally be affected by the rise of AI. Hoặc là nếu mà nó không bị affected, you can also say that, right? Thì cái đó là personal too, right? And then we can think about like other aspects of society, rộng hơn, right? Community, the government. I think cái đó là cái đường mà Tinh thường hay đi nhất, đó là personal tới vĩ mô hơn. And definitely focus on the what, who, when, where, why question. You know, how. chung vô cái đó thì nó sẽ dễ cho mình. Các bạn nào muốn share cái tip nữa không? Về feedback or sorry brainstorm.
Go on. Trời ơi, share đi. Sao? I'm just gonna wait for this discussion to happen. Tố Như, yeah, there you go. I see a smile.
I also have like the same way to brainstorm ideas. Phương, but like I also want to add some things. The first is that like I usually consider different aspects of our society when talking about the impact of something. Like I consider the historical, the scientific, religious, political, or economic aspect of something, so that you can have more ideas to just expand. And also I also take into consideration the consequences that something can do to like different target groups. Like for example, when an education like system or a policy is like implemented, you have to consider the students and the teachers and also the society as a whole. Yeah.
I like that. So both Tân and Tố Như are bringing up like looking at problems from specific different perspectives, right? And they each have a specific framework that they approach it. Like so Tân goes from personal to broader and broader. So like a family, community, and then the government. Tố Như considers mainly all the broader aspects of it. So like historical, political, educational, religious, she said. Interesting, very interesting. Cool. Does anyone else have a tip to share as regards like what helps you brainstorm faster and better and more easily? What do you do? Or are you all stuck besides Tân and Tố Như? Everyone else is stuck. You don't have to jump in if you don't feel comfortable. But
Cái bạn
yeah,
mà nói về issue với lại brainstorming, could you share if you want to, could you share like the specific topic, and then maybe we can use it as an example to help everyone.
Okay, let me read. Sorry. Some international companies are very powerful now, and many people believe that it is a negative development. So, do you agree or disagree?
Okay, I love that. Cái câu hỏi nó rất là vĩ mô luôn, right? So it may be hard. Nó rất có thể là khó đối với mình để mà mình suy nghĩ là how does this affect me? Okay, the easiest way is to think about your neck of the woods. Như là cái rừng mình sống có những gì. Okay, so let's think. When I go through the city, ví dụ thôi, cái này đang brainstorming thì không phải là nói ý. When I go through the city, I'm seeing so many brands, so many international brands, so many international companies in Saigon, right? They're serving us, they're employing us. That could be an amazing thing, right? That could be an absolute amazing thing. We can talk about it. These international companies are helping us with employment, with teaching our population certain skills. Rồi cái đó, nhưng mà cái nãy là nó nói về tác hại đúng không? Is that right?
Hỏi là cái đó có phải là sự phát triển tiêu cực hay thật đó là sự phát triển tiêu cực, thì có đồng ý hay không?
Yeah, okay. Thì cái đó là nếu mà không đồng ý đúng không? Nếu mà mình suy nghĩ theo hướng là no, I think they're creating amazing opportunities. They're allowing our country to move from a developing economy into a more service, software-based economy. Okay, that's a potential threat, đúng không? Cái đó mình sẽ dựa vô cái công việc của mình nữa chẳng hạn. If you do work in sectors or companies that have, international presence, how does that compare to like a Vietnamese company that you work in? That's just a few things that I
Oh.
jumped in and out.
I like that. So let's think about the question together as a whole. Có bao nhiêu người đây? Có 10 người đây, right? There's 10 people here. So I expect to hear 10 perspectives. They may be the same. They may be the same idea for everyone. They might be different. So the question was, companies are getting too powerful. So can you guys share with me? Oh yeah, perfect. Cảm ơn Khanh vì chứ hồi từ nhớ, từ trí nhớ là cũng nhớ nữa. Some international companies are very powerful now. So let's think about what it means when a company is powerful. Because if you don't know what exactly powerful means, then how can we talk about whether it's negative or positive, right? So what is something that a company can do that you think is powerful? Hay là khi mà nó powerful thì nó sẽ làm được những gì also? Like what can they do? So let me throw one thing out there. When a company is powerful, for example, Google, super powerful, ultra big company. When you think about Google, you want to search something online, you only go to Google. You don't go to anything else, not Bing, not anything else, right? So that's very powerful. Take it on. What is an impact of that? Monopoly. Okay, can you share? Hồng Ngọc?
No, I mean that if the company is too powerful, in Pacific area, so in economic, it's called monopoly.
So tell us, what is a monopoly and what does a monopoly do?
Let me take an example. Monopoly, like the electronic company, like in Vietnam we have VPN, right? VPN. As if I remember correctly, the name of the company. Like in Vietnam, we only have one company that provide the electricity for the whole country, so they become a monopoly. And if they become a monopoly, it means that they set all the price and they can determine the rules or anything in the market. So they are a monopoly. Monopoly.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Can you
Monopoly.
continue? Hồng Ngọc continue cái Hồng Ngọc continue cái suy nghĩ đó theo là cái effect của cái việc đó là gì? Thì là mình sẽ có một vài ý cho cái câu trả lời. And you continue that. Nếu mà cái chuyện đó xảy ra thì what are the negative consequences?
Bây giờ đi tới cái bạn hồi nãy mà share những cái perspective là Tố Như nè. Tố Như nghĩ về historical nè, governmental, politics. Right, Huyền nói là ảnh hưởng politics. Do you want to share before Tố Như does? Tại vì Huyền nghĩ tới Tố Như nghĩ đến politics. So Huyền, why don't you talk about that? How does it influence politics? What do you think?
Well, in Korean, there's a lot of powerful companies like Samsung. We have I remember a term that call them the people who rich in Korean. They call, what is that?
Chaebols.
Chaebol. and they can influence many politics in order to bring the benefits into their companies. Whether they can set rules or do something like Hồng Ngọc say.
Okay,
And-
who talked about a startup? Who talked about a startup earlier? Listening a TED Talk, đúng không? Okay, Huyền. Thanks for bringing up chaebols. Chaebols, I don't know how to pronounce that word actually. Then how do you say that? Chaebols? Chaebols?
Yeah, I don't know because I watched too much K-dramas and I just relate to this.
I like that. This is a source of knowledge, right? This is a source of cultural knowledge, K-drama. So great. Thì có công ty nó dẫn đến bribery, tin nói là bribery. We call this lobbying. Lobbying có nghĩa là khi mà một cái người nào đó đi ảnh hưởng politics, kiểu như là họ đưa tiền, họ đi kêu bầu cử, họ dùng influence để mà ảnh hưởng tới policy, thì we call that lobbying. Someone is lobbying for something. So they can lobby to get benefits and advantages for their big company, right? Hồng Ngọc, tell us, if a big company like Samsung does that, how do you think it might impact startups? Because you were talking about that.
Oh, I think of economy. I mean that when speaking of jail bonds, they are so big. They dominate the whole economy of Korea. So they don't have any motivation. They don't have even a competitor, right? So they lose their motivation to make any progress or any motivation innovation for the country. Yeah.
Okay, let's take this in a different direction. I want other people to join in. I want me and Antoinette, tôi như Hồng Ngọc luôn, to join in. So let's take this in a different direction. So in terms of being powerful, being a monopoly, sure. What else can a very powerful company do? If they have all the money in the world, all the resources in the world, all the branding and marketing in the world, have a very good brand name, that's very powerful. What can they do? Is it positive? Is it negative? What do you think? Just chime in, okay? Allegations, yeah, allegations. I like that. So taking advantage of like the individual citizens' data and also their lives. Okay. Are we all students and young adults here, right? You all look pretty young. So as am as am I. But so when a company is huge and we are people going out there applying for jobs, we are doing internships, we are in college, how does that affect us? If Google is huge hoặc là Big Four is huge in Vietnam, hay là mấy công ty điện, electronics and stuff like that, how does that affect us at all? What do you guys think? Yeah. Yeah. Even like a glimmer of an idea, just shout it out. If it's wrong, then you'll be embarrassed. But that's it. You know, it'll pass. Embarrassment will pass. So just say something.
Dạ, nãy có mấy bạn nói về startup đó, có thể nói là how does that affect? Ví dụ như nếu mình muốn mở startup thì gặp một cái môi trường vậy, how does that affect your mindset, right? For me, if I want to open a startup and I see a very like cái sân chơi mà rất là khó, rất là không có cân bằng, right? A very unfair playground, then I might be less inclined to start a company, right? I might just go to one of these big companies instead. What does that do? Maybe it like lessens innovation, like a country, a city can have. Any other ideas?
I see Anne unmuting. Yeah, there you go.
Well, it's like the pig dictatorship or just say the monopoly. Well, actually, the powerful companies can do a lot of things. For example, they can like attract and make a lot of talented and outstanding outstanding youngsters to join them and also take advantage of these talented minds too. And they can also contribute a lot to one's country's uh, economy. Yeah, and also they can put the name, put that country's name on the map, and but no, also, uh, however, they can affect a lot of poverty-stricken countries, and they because we are becoming so dependent on these countries. For example, Facebook, uh, Google, TikToks. So once they have the dictatorship, they can like rule anything, especially one country that can make one poor country make do anything as they want.
I like that. Okay, yeah, Tonya, there you go.
Well, I think that like one of the negative impacts of a multinational corporation being very dominant is that it can you know like obscure like the small businesses in the local areas, and therefore people have like difficulties in preserving their traditional values and craftsmanship or cuisine, because like just consider like the growing dominance of McDonald's and KFC. Many people are opting for these like convenient fast food, and they tend to lose interest in traditional cuisine. And also because like big companies, they usually manufacture mass produced products. They do not have the characteristics and like the values of handicraft ones. But like small businesses which produce handicraft products are are driven to the edge of bankruptcy or like disappearance. And so I think it can lead to like the erosion of culture. And also it will promote westernization, which can be kind of like dangerous, yeah, for countries, like because young people will they will jump on the bandwagon and follow the trends of Western countries, and they might neglect their own country's culture.
I love that. Okay, Kanbi, why don't we hear from you? You are the one who brought this question to us. What do you think now? Do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea? Because obviously they can also do a lot of good, right? They can bring a lot of talent in, bring money into the country. They can provide mentorship for young people and internships and things like that. After hearing some ideas, tell us what you think.
I believe that good it's a good thing. So I wrote my essay in the positive side because as Tin, Mr. Tin mentioned, like it will because they are powerful, they are big, so they have to employ a significant number of employees. So they will give people a stable income, employment. So I think that's a good thing. Number one, and number two is that I think like they are international companies, so they can have like a large resource, like they can allocate an enormous amount of money to to stimulate innovation, and then it can lead to technological advancement, such as um, giant tech gi- tech giant like Google or Tesla. They have pioneered and also stimulated the technological advancements like artificial intelligence and sustainable like area, and I think that will benefit the society as a whole. And that is also the thing
Interesting.
I wrote down in my essay.
Interesting. I would be excited to read the essay as well, just to help with the feedback. But very interesting. After we all said that it's not such a good idea, Henry decided that is actually a good idea. But that's okay. They just ask you your opinion, and they're valid either way. One thing that I would just throw out there is you guys also need to think about what is the purpose of a company, right? What do you guys think? Why is a company founded? Why does someone create a company? What do you think? It's not that deep. It's really a simple question. Can someone say?
To make a profit.
Right, to make a profit. That's exactly it. The point of a company is to make a profit. So we have to think about when a company becomes so powerful, does it really benefit us or no? And you can think either way. There's no right or wrong. But that means that they are going to be that much more successful at making a profit. What they choose to do with that profit, we don't know. We don't know. It depends on the heart of the CEO, I guess. But okay, cool. Great with the brainstorming. I'm so glad that you guys all chimed in. So now let's talk about the next issue of today, reading and listening tests. So when we've done a lot of Cambridge tests and we've done a lot of them, and then we come back to old ones, what do you guys do to make this more productive instead of like, oh, I remember the answer or something like that, or oh, I get a better score because I've done this before. So how do we make it a productive exercise if we have to do something again? What do you guys think? Okay. Okay, why don't I share and then let's see. So I think you should have this in mind. So if you've done a reading test or a listening test before, right? Say Cam 19 test 1 làm hoài, for example. Then the next time you do it, you better get a 9 for it. I think that's the mindset to go into it. If you've done something before and you've actually learned all of the vocabulary and you've made sure that your knowledge is firm there, then why did you get something wrong? And if you did get something wrong, then it's not a bad thing. You actually have to drill back down. It's like, oh, I've done this twice now and I made the same mistakes. Why is that? You should ask yourself why 3 times. Ví dụ như là sai nữa rồi, tại nghe không ra, tại sao nghe không ra? Tại cái từ đó nó nối âm vô nghe kỳ quá, tại sao cái từ đó nối âm vô kỳ quá? Tại vì cái từ đó nó có chữ S mà cái từ sau nó có chữ Y mình nghe không có được. Tại sao? Tại mình không có quen cái đó thì you need to listen a couple times to get used to that specific nói âm tiếng Anh để gì tôi quên rồi. I don't know, dạo này học tiếng Pháp chị nhớ nó là liaison nói âm tiếng Pháp, but just the way that the sounds connect together. That's great. So thank you, Huy. So yeah, I would just say to make it productive, you need to be very critical with yourself. Kiểu như chị thấy có một số bạn sẽ giống như Alice là cái bạn điều phối viên học tập của chị, của Tinh, thì Alice được 8 chấm dù là nó chỉ làm điều phối viên, nó có dạy gì đó, nó được 8 chấm và nó nói, nó chia sẻ là hồi xưa nó thi IELTS học là nó sẽ có một cái Excel, nó sai lỗi dạng lỗi gì, ví dụ như là hay là cái từ đó mình thiếu S, hay là cái nói chung là cái dạng lỗi nó sẽ lập ra những cái dạng lỗi, xong rồi nó sẽ track từng cái, nó rất là detail. Chị hồi xưa chị không có làm vậy tại vì tao lười á, but I definitely take notes. Kiểu như take notes là có 3 lỗi mình hay gặp, cái xong rồi dán lên tủ lạnh, cái xong mỗi lần mình lấy cái bài IELTS ra là nhìn lên cái tủ lạnh trước, you better not make these 3 mistakes again, xong rồi cái làm bài, you know, just to remind yourself. Make sure you track your mistakes. Why don't you guys share now? What do you do to make sure that you analyze your mistakes and you learn from, you know, doing a reading, doing a listening? Làm xong thì mình làm gì, mình chấm điểm xong rồi mình bỏ đó, nói Ê, được 7.5 được 8 chấm rồi, ngon rồi. Mai làm bài tiếp theo coi có lên điểm không. Do we do that? We shouldn't do that. What do we do in between? What do you do? Okay. Well, why don't I go to you then? Why don't you tell us what do you do between practice tests?
Yeah,
Only
như lúc
only share something that is helpful, chứ đừng có share là lần đầu tiên
yeah.
mình làm mình được 8.5, lần sau mình 9 chấm rồi thôi.
Okay. Okay. Alright. Tinh nghĩ á, đối với Tinh cái cách mà hữu dụng nhất á, for me, khi mà Tinh làm mock test á, I try not to do too many mock tests. Okay. Thường Tinh làm á, là I will do the mock test once I think I'm super confident that I can get a better score than I did the last time. Thì là Tinh hay focus vô những cái exam question types, kiểu như là mình bị vướng về ví dụ như multiple choice trong listening. Only do that, only focus on that for like, the next couple of days or something. And then you try to go through all of the question types that you have issues with. And then you redo your test, or you do another mock test, thì cái đó nó sẽ hiệu quả hơn nhiều. Right? Mình không có tốn thời gian làm những thứ mà mình đã giỏi rồi. I think that's a helpful way. Any other ideas?
Interesting approach. Interesting approach. What do you guys think? You don't have to respond per se. You can just add your ideas too. What do you think? Antoinette?
At this time, I don't have any idea. Can you move to another?
Well, why don't you share with us, kiểu mỗi lần em làm xong bài reading hoặc là làm xong bài listening, what do you do? Just your typical routine, what do you do?
Um, when I finish a test, I will look at my mistake, like why I have wrong mistake, why I have wrong answers, and I will look at a transcript of the test and look at that and read all of that and listen again without it. Just for the first time, I will listen to it again without the transcript, and another time I will like dictations, like dictate that transcript. Yeah, and like write down all of the things that I have listened, and the third time I will recheck my test. Like I will look at my notes. Nghĩa là em sẽ xem lại cái notes của em, là xem mà nó có cái answer của em trong cái test đó chưa, và nếu như mà có thì em rất là appreciate myself, còn nếu mà không thì em sẽ nghe thêm một lần nữa, em sẽ nghe lại hết nguyên một bài lần nữa và em sẽ nghe chính tả thêm một lần nữa. Sau đó thì em sẽ ngồi và coi lại những cái chỗ nào mà mình không có nghe được, và coi lại là trong cái answer của em là em bị vướng cái nào, thì em sẽ look at the strength, nó cứ lặp lại như thế.
Interesting. Rất là that's an interesting approach as well. So like có vẻ như là cái của Tinh á là Tinh làm theo kiểu cường độ, có nghĩa là làm càng nhiều, đọc càng nhiều càng tốt. Còn Antoinette đó là đi càng sâu càng tốt, like nó đi deeper chứ nó không có đi wider. That's very interesting. Okay, what about you guys? Do you tend to go, wider or deeper? What do you do? Me, sao cứ thấy chán của My không vậy? Where's your face?
For me, I'll do like Mr. Tin, because I think that I don't have so much time to do like internet. I cannot do like any test just again and again to find deeper and deeper. So I will do another test, like for example, I am struggle with multiple choice in listening. So I think that in the future, I mean, next week or in the next day that I do listening test, I will try to revise, and I will try to do the multiple choice again and again. That's just wider and wider. So I think that will make my band become higher.
Interesting. I want to say that chị muốn preface cái này với một cái là khi mà chị nói là tin đi cường độ wider and wider, không phải là mình đâm đầu với mình wider and wider là ok nha. Giống như mình chụp hình mà mình chụp 1000 tấm hình thì nó sẽ dở đều như nhau, nhưng mà mình chụp tấm 1 xong mình nói tấm 2 mình sẽ improve cái lighting cho nó sáng hơn xíu thì tấm 2 nó sẽ đỡ được cái lighting thôi. Nhưng mà that's okay, mình chụp tấm thứ 3 mình nói là mình sẽ composition của cái hình nó sẽ đẹp hơn một chút xíu thôi. Like me with my TikToks as well, like chị sẽ đặt cái text, cái subtitle vô giữa cho người ta dễ nhìn. But I only improve one thing because I'm just gonna make more and then I learn a lot from each of the repetition. Chứ nên là mình đi nhiều mình học ít, nhưng mà mình đi nhiều thì thành ra mình học nhiều. Chứ không phải là mình đi nhiều mình không học gì hết thì they're the same. Mình sẽ luôn luôn giữ bên 7, bên 7.5, tại vì từ 7 lên 8 nó rất là khó. Tại vì nó không có còn là vấn đề là ví dụ như Tinh chỉ bị là Tinh có kiến thức hết rồi mà Tinh không có quen làm multiple choice, tại vừa phải đọc vừa phải nghe, thì he practices that skill thì he will get better. Tại vì Tinh không có bị vấn đề kiến thức, nó không có bị xin lỗi nó he doesn't lack vocabulary, he's just lacking cái attention span, for example. I mean, I don't know what he was lacking at that point. So that's the nuance that we need to add to the discussion. Cái detail mà mình phải add vô cái discussion này là em làm 10, 15, 20 bài đọc. Cái điểm em cũng sẽ như vậy thôi, nó không có improve if you don't learn something from each rep. Vậy nha. Okay. So, does anyone want to jump in? Các bạn nào có cái thought nào muốn kiểu clap cái, or we can move on to the next issue of the day.
Can I jump in just like a tiny bit? I really like what Antoinette talked about with like going deep. Kiểu như là khi mà mình bị vướng cái lỗi gì đó, it doesn't have to be like this every time. Mà ask yourself khi mình làm lại cái bài đó, mình coi những cái lỗi sai. Why did I make that mistake? Go super deep. Right? Okay, mình không có tập trung nghe. Right? How do we change that into an action we can do? Okay, khi mà mình nghe mình sẽ ráng focus hơn. Đấy, nếu mà tiếp tục làm cái đó không thay đổi. Okay, keep going. Okay, keep going. Tại sao mình không chú ý được? Maybe mình phải change cái approach của mình. Để nếu mình không có thể tập trung. Tên ví dụ cái đó thôi. Hồi đó Tinh không thể tập trung 100% cho mọi cái bài nghe được. So what did I do? I actually never concentrated 100%. Tinh sẽ cho cái não nó nghỉ xíu. Nghĩa là dựa vào những cái lúc mà cảm giác như là I just knew, I developed a feeling that like there are spaces in the listening that didn't matter, right? That you can kind of like blank out a little bit. I did that. Xong rồi tới cái keyword mà Tinh cần nghe, I focus 100% again. So you gotta find things that help you specifically. Tại mỗi người sẽ khác đó. Đấy, hoặc là mình không có nghe được cái từ đó, không hiểu. Okay, tại sao không hiểu? Không hiểu là do không đủ từ vựng. Okay, go learn vocabulary, easy. Right? Find these steps for analyze.
Nice. Nice. Okay, vậy thì không có gì tụi mình sẽ move thêm cái topic tiếp theo nha. Okay, nice. Just want to add a little bit là me too, kiểu như chị nghe chị lúc mà quay trở lại làm IELTS sau 5 năm không có học IELTS, cái tao kiểu như easy, mấy này nghe hiểu hết, cái xong chị miss 3 câu đầu luôn, tại vì I was just distracted. I was like whoa. So one tip for me is I need to make sure that I listen carefully in the beginning để mà chị làm được cái câu đầu tiên của cái part đó. Then I know, okay, I will have the rhythm. Nên là cái câu 1 là cái câu rất là quan trọng for me. Tại vì I wanted a 9, so I wanted to make sure that I get them all. So I was like, okay. Với lại một cái nữa là giữa những cái phần đó, cái lúc mà nó có 30 giây để bạn có thể đọc lại đó, là lúc mà tao nói cho bản thân tao phải mental quá, kiểu chung vô đây nè, kiểu mày có biết là tốn tiền không? You need to focus into the next part để refresh não mày đi. Bây giờ là okay, I'm focused. Alright, xong tới xong cái okay, tập trung cứ mentally cứ phải prepare bản thân làm. I'm just too boring. Okay. So next we have analyzing mistakes. We kind of talked about that briefly as well. We can circle back if someone wants us to. Let's talk about the amount of work in a week. How much work in a week is productive? How much work is too much work and you get tired and you burn out and you don't work for a couple weeks? How much work is too little in a week for you to make any progress? What do we think? Cái này nó personal lắm nên là let's just share, okay? Bắt đầu với Huyền đi. How much work in a week is good for you? Giống như là in an ideal week đi. Vậy đi, chị nói vậy nó dễ hơn chứ đừng nói là mình đang làm vậy. In an ideal week.
So in each week, in each week, I just wanna get better, more than last week. For example, in this week, I just do one test, reading, listening, writing, and speaking. I can do that, and I also learn vocabulary. But to that point, I feel like I can do more without feeling exhausted. And maybe next week I can within your given topic, I will learn some more different topics to get more vocabularies and ideas to to write. I write comfortably without lacking of ideas and so on. And I want to add that, however, I still need to meet many deadlines and assignments from my school. So, but I really surprised that I can control it. I without feeling overwhelmed and anxiety about the test. And I want to share you guys, if you want to really, if you want to become more productive, you can read this book. I encountered this when I scrolling on TikTok, and I feel like it's like đỉnh nóc kịch trần, and I really love it, and it's make me really it inspired me a lot. It will show you how many tips in order to awaken your learning abilities. It can show you how to prevent procrastination, and it's really worked for me. You can read this. Awaken.
What book is that? Awaken.
Yes.
Ê, đọc lại cái tựa I don't know, chị không có biết.
Nó là bản tiếng Việt là đánh thức bản năng học tập phi thường của bạn, chị ạ.
Cái quyển sách tên siêu phàm vậy luôn, là tao đã thấy hay rồi. Đánh thức bản năng học tập
phi thường
trong cái gì phi thường trong bạn. Damn, that is a tough title. That's like awakening your learning potential that resides within you. Okay, cool. Tự tìm bản tiếng Anh nha. Thank you, Huyền. I love that. That's lovely. Okay. So Huyền read a book. Well, not this week, but Huyền read a book to help with her learning, to motivate her. She did all 4 skills. That's great. And then she wants to practice some more on speaking. Nói nghe nè, các bạn phải link với nhau để đi gặp nhau speaking đi, nó mới vui. Chứ còn tự học ở nhà speaking nhàm lắm, tao thề luôn. Mỗi lần mà học speaking là chị với lại mấy cái bạn trong team, like we will start talking. And then even if you kind of wander off and you talk about your lives, that's still English speaking. Chỉ là đừng có nói tiếng Việt với nhau thôi. Thì that is not as productive as it could be. But I love that. What about, let's go to Hồng Ngọc coi. How about you? Có Hồng Ngọc Lưu với Hồng Ngọc Trần thì bạn nào muốn nói thì nói thôi. What about you in terms of like the amount of work in a week that's productive for you guys?
So during a week, I'm gonna have a checklist to see the amount of workload that I'm gonna have to finish. And so let me just show you a bit. And yeah, wait. Where is it? Okay, can you see the planning? Yeah, and yeah, okay. Yeah, like I'm gonna have the checklist, and as you can see that I also have two things that I have to finish this week, and for like for IELTS, also have a plan for it too. And the thing is why I can finish all of them is I just learned the mindset. Oh wait.
Chị remove với không gì đâu. It's not a problem. I removed it. Tại vì mày share mặt tao nên tao đâu thấy có gì nữa đâu nên tao remove nó
Oh.
nói tiếp đi.
And I also learned the mindset from the person that I just told you, like Miss Timbo. He also has a YouTube channel, but this is in Vietnamese. So I think that his mindset is just so valuable to not just to get me motivated, but also get me to be disciplined. Yeah, and I really highly recommend you if you can go through his channel and learn something, because I find it really like insightful. Just not just for like study, but also for your health and other stuff.
I like this. So it sounds like có vẻ như là cả hai bạn đều vừa share là bạn Huyền và bạn Hồng Ngọc, Trần Hồng Ngọc. Thì cả hai bạn đều có một cái mentor về mindset. Một bạn là sách, còn một bạn là cái anh này nhìn cái avatar thấy đẹp trai, video thì chưa coi nên không có biết là còn đẹp không. Looks good. I like that. I like that. What about everyone else? Các bạn thì sao? Các bạn có ai mà đang giúp các bạn cái vụ mindset hay không? Thấy cái này dạo này nó burst, like there's a lot of popularity burst in terms of like finding a mentality mindset coach. Go ahead. No. Yeah, I love that, using technology in a smart way. I would also say this. I used to lúc mà chị đi tìm việc. I can say this in English as well. I just want to make sure that you guys come back. Lỡ mà có đang đầu óc quên quẩn hay không. So when I was going into interviews for jobs when I was much younger, I would text ChatGPT and say like, I'm feeling a little anxious about this job interview. Act as my best friend, also the best mindset coach in the world, also the best psychologist in the world, and also Tony Robbins, which is a big motivational speaker. And then say a lot of things that will motivate me to turn this into my best interview ever. And then it will start generating a paragraph where it's like, you've prepared for this every day of your life. You are the person. And then it will say a lot of things. So if you're feeling down, you can ask it to do that too. Cái mình đọc xong á, mình sẽ kiểu, of course, yes, okay, let me go study. So maybe, nhưng mà I like that a lot. Chị rất thích cái cách mà kiểu break nó thành từng cái mỗi ngày mình phải làm gì, từ cái weekly to-do list. So I'll share this with you guys. Cái này là cái khiến cho chị cứ thấy thay đổi, khiến cho mình, khi tại không biết các bạn nhiêu tuổi, khiến cho mình thấy cái cuộc sống của mình nó khác hẳn đó, từ năm ngoái tới năm nay. Đó là I write down what I want to do. Kiểu như là trong tuần này hay trong quý này nha, kiểu thường chị làm quý, sau đó chị cắt thành tháng, xong rồi tôi cắt thành tuần. Nhưng mà trong quý này tôi muốn đạt cái goal gì, hay là trong cái tháng này muốn đạt goal gì, cái tuần này đạt goal gì. Thì tại sao mình viết lại, nghe thì thấy nó simple, viết lại thôi whatever, nhưng mà nghiên cứu người ta cho thấy, tao đọc được cái tao sốc luôn á. Nghiên cứu người ta cho thấy là nếu như mình viết you write down your goals thì mình sẽ tăng cái khả năng mình đạt được cái goal 42%. Là kiểu okay, let me just write this shit down. So like, tại mình nghĩ lúc nào là tuần này mình sẽ làm này, cool. Nhưng mà if you write it down là mình set cái intention. And then the next thing is having time blocks. Cái bước tiếp theo là sẽ block time, chứ không phải là kiểu hôm nay là sẽ cố gắng tập thể dục nè, ok, hôm nay sẽ cố gắng đi bộ được nửa tiếng nè, xong rồi tập tạ là ngon. Không có làm như vậy không, cái đó là dành cho cấp 2 thôi. Bây giờ mình lên đại học hay là mình đi làm rồi á, thì mình phải vậy nè, 2 giờ chiều nay mình sẽ set ra 1 tiếng đồng hồ để mình làm cái điều này, ví dụ vậy. Xong mình block trong cái Google Calendar của mình đó là từ 2 giờ đến 3 giờ là giống như giờ đi học thêm á, là giờ đi tập tạ, học thêm lớp học tập tạ vậy đó. Cái xong là tới giờ là mình chuẩn bị, mình phải 1:30 là mình phải chuẩn bị tắm rửa thay đồ, everything ready để mình đi học thêm, right? And then when 2 hits, that's your block where you're studying, you're learning, you're doing something. So mình phải, nếu như mà mình nghĩ là tuần này rất là quan trọng với mình là mình học tiếng Anh, mà mình nhìn cái calendar mình không có cái block nào cụ thể là giờ mình học tiếng Anh đó, thì cái tuần nó sẽ trôi qua và mình không học gì hết, right? Còn nếu như mà mình đóng tiền mình đi học thêm toán thì 2, 4, 6, 7 giờ đến 9 giờ có bực mình nhiêu thì cũng phải đi vô học toán, chứ không thôi ông thầy ông chửi, ví dụ vậy. Thì be your own thầy toán, you know. Okay, cool. Next, let's talk about the next topic. Trừ khi các bạn nào muốn add cái gì thì feel free to jump in. Không có cần mute bản thân, you can unmute yourself as well for the whole session if you want, okay? Thôi giờ unmute hết đi. Rồi nhà bạn nào ồn á thì mình đừng có unmute, còn lại thì unmute hết đi, không cần nói gì đâu. Just unmute right now. Yeah. Okay, unmute, I invite you. There you go, Huyền. Đúng rồi, leader, hay không? And there you go. Me, perfect. Okay. So let's talk about the next topic of the day. Yên tâm, để mình nói chút xíu nữa mình xong thì chúng ta sẽ qua làm speaking practice, okay? Time blocking, nói luôn cái đó rồi, cool. Và cuối cùng là special topic research. Listen to a TED Talk. I love this. Hồi nãy Hồng Ngọc chia sẻ là Hồng Ngọc nghe cái TED Talk, xong Hồng Ngọc chia sẻ với chúng ta là Hồng Ngọc tuần này là chuyên gia về startup mà. Hồng Ngọc nói là quan trọng là cái timing của cái startup bắt đầu quá sớm, thì thị trường nó chưa có ready, thì mình phải educate quá nhiều, thì thành ra cái startup nó đã không có tiền rồi, còn phải bỏ công sức educate, đúng không? Mà mình vô đúng 9 mùi là kiểu như easy, right? Great. So just think about that. Lần sau mà Hồng Ngọc gặp một cái đề nói về what makes a company successful, thì Hồng Ngọc sẽ nghĩ tới gì? You know, it's actually not how much money or if your idea is great, it's actually the timing. So Hồng Ngọc nói này nọ, đúng không? Thì chị muốn nói là nghe cái gì nó cũng học, cái gì nó cũng thấm hết á. Giống như Huyền nói là em chỉ coi K-drama thôi. You know about chaebols, you know about these influential companies. Cái gì nó cũng bổ đâu á. nhưng mà mình sẽ cố gắng mình tăng cái lượng chất bổ. Ăn cái hamburger thì nhiều calo nhưng mà không có quá nhiều nutrition, nhưng nó cũng có nutrition, nó cũng có protein. Nhưng mà nếu như mình chỉ ăn cơm nè, bò nè, gà nè, sau đó rau nè, thì mình vừa có fiber, mình có protein, mình có grains, mình có energy, thì mình maximize cái lượng chất bổ thôi. Nhưng mà nếu như cái ngày hôm đó mình không có cảm thấy ăn healthy, hôm đó chỉ muốn ăn bánh bèo xong rồi đi về uống sinh tố, uống trà sữa, you can. But the problem là mình phải ăn, chứ mình không ăn nhiều ngày thì mình bị starve. So don't starve your brain, right? You just have to consume something. Nhưng mà mày riết mày consume trà sữa mỗi ngày, một ngày mày uống 4 ly thì oh shit, like that's rough, right? Nhưng mà don't worry. Ok, các bạn nào muốn add cái gì vô vào phần special topic? Có cái gì bạn coi tuần này mà bạn thấy thú vị không? Anything this week that you thought was kind of like fun, interesting, wanna share? There you go, Huyền nói đi, thấy cái khung của Huyền nó sáng lên, dù là Huyền không tính nói nhưng mà it lit up anyway.
Well, actually, I have to deal with a lot of deadlines in this week, so I'm in my spare time, I just read a little bit book about don't set a goal in a year, but set a goal in 12 weeks, which is on the 12. It's and it sounds similar like you set our course in 6 weeks. So it and you also forced me to register and for the IELTS test, which keep my motivations really high because and I just read a little bit about this book, and if I did it, if I read it, if I complete this book, I will share to all of you guys.
Yeah, cái quyển hả? Em đọc quyển The 12 Week Year. Is that what you're reading?
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds so familiar. Let me know if it's good. Nếu như nó hay ta sẽ đọc luôn. Mày đọc trước đi. Mày đọc trước đi xong rồi nói tao nghe. Okay, nice. Okay, I like that. Có một cái là chị thấy thú vị của tuần này là có một con nhỏ cái này nghe nó giống như hater quá, nhưng mà có một con nhỏ nào á chị không biết nữa, có một con nhỏ nào ở trên thread á, nó đăng là nó nói là I don't chase, I attract. I thought that was interesting. Tại vì trong cuộc đời chị chưa bao giờ nghĩ là I don't chase, I attract. Trong cuộc đời chị luôn luôn là tao chase, tao hunt down and I get what I want. Nên những cái mà con nhỏ đó nó attract là những cái mà chị không muốn, chị reject thì mới dư ra để nó attract chứ. Còn mấy cái chị muốn chị lấy hết rồi. So that was just interesting. So that's just something that I came across and wanted to share. Rồi, còn các bạn thì sao? Mời Tố Như, nãy giờ không nghe từ Tố Như.
Like just share anything that I've learned this week, right?
Correct.
So this morning I watched a TED Talk video about some of the ways to become like a successful entrepreneur, and I have jotted down 3 things that I think are kind of like memorable for me. The first one is always try to have like live by the motto, yes we can, even though like the company does not have much resources or expertise in something, but like if they try to like embrace innovations and do not dread failure, it can lead them to like become more successful. The second one is like think about the problem first, not the product first. And the speaker gave examples that Coca-Cola, like they have a lot of versions of Coke, like Diet Coke and then normal Coke, but like this guy, he said that like he didn't think of these versions as like a very commendable innovation. Instead, he gave an example that is a guy like he tried to solve a specific problem, and by solving it, he came up with a new like a product very naturally. So it means that we should focus on addressing the problem, and then we can, devise new products for that solution. Do not focus on we have to come up with new products to attract people, because it will be very, stiff and unnatural, and maybe the product that we come up with will not be very useful. And the third tip is that we should think like narrow, not wide, because like people know that companies, they have to, focus on a wide range of people to maximize their profits, right? But in the first, in the beginning phase, they should, start to just focus on a targeted group of people, a targeted limited small like market. And he gave the example of Nike, because before being a like internationally famous brand, Nike just focused on serving distance runners, and they made shoes for this group of people specifically. So after mastering in like a small target group, you can expand your products and then reach wider people. That's what I learned.
I like that a lot. Tụi bay không có cái reaction vậy, ít ra cũng phải react khóc. Nó nói nhiều quá, too tired or something chứ. We always have an emotional reaction to things. That's good. We have to lean into emotions. I love this. So I just want to bẻ this a little bit. Là bẻ không phải bẻ là chỉ trích, mà là bẻ là lean it over to IELTS a little bit. Tại vì chị nghĩ là tất cả những cái này nó đều apply, và một số nó là những cái principle mà I wanted to build into this program. Cái yes we can thì cái đó là cái mindset stuff rồi nha, kiểu như là tất nhiên là mình có thể học lên C1, tất nhiên là mình học lên C2 và mình được 8 chấm đó nha, easy rồi. Không phải easy nhưng mà là of course you can, đúng không? Chỉ trừ khi là mình bị bận thôi thì you don't have time. So cái đó các bạn tự work với nhau. I'm not gonna talk about that. Think about the problem first, not solutions, right? Is the second thing that you said. This is so, like spot on for vocabulary. Mình gặp một cái đề speaking, một cái đề writing, một cái topic nào, mình gặp cái câu hỏi nào thì mình mới nghĩ tới cái ý mình muốn nói, rồi từ đó mình mới tìm từ vựng mình đáp vô, chứ không phải là mình có một list solution, một list từ vựng, sau đó mình ép ngược vô cái đề. Thì then how does that work, right? Và narrow not wide thì các bạn sẽ thấy là bắt đầu tuần 2, 3, 4, 5 này nọ. Đúng rồi, cái tuần đầu là mình lấy cái baseline, là mình coi nghe nói đọc viết mình nằm ở đâu, mình có vấn đề gì. Xong tuần 2 mình sẽ focus vô đúng một skill thôi. Mấy cái skill kia mình vẫn làm, ví dụ mình vẫn duy trì, mình làm reading, mình làm listening. Nhưng mà ví dụ như tuần thứ 2 là writing task 2 by opinion, không thể nào không biết làm nữa. Đến chủ nhật tuần sau là masters of writing for task 2 by opinion. You know what I mean? Chứ không phải là sau một tuần là mình sẽ học 4 kỹ năng, lên 4 kỹ năng, là mình sẽ học hết 4, nhưng mà mình chỉ tập trung cái goal của mình là master một cái nào đó trong hết 4 cái đó thôi. Nhưng mà không phải là nguyên tuần mình không có làm nghe nói đọc viết luôn thì chán lắm. It's so boring, right? Hồi xưa cũng vậy đó. Hồi xưa mà chị quen trên Tinder á, là chị chỉ tập trung đúng một anh thôi, là kiểu như focus vô. Nhưng không phải chỉ nói chuyện với thằng đó không, mà là mình phải nói chuyện đều đều, để lỡ cái đó nó không thành thì sao. Nhưng mà thấy không, chị tập trung, cái giờ chị có chồng rồi, so it's important. We need to have our goal. Okay, so let's now talk about cái tiếp theo nha. Chị thấy là không có còn cái topic nào mà tụi mình ghi lại ở dưới nữa, đúng không? Losing motivation mình cũng nói qua rồi. Ok, cool. Vậy thì bây giờ tụi mình sẽ vô room để mà tụi mình practice speaking với nhau một chút xíu. I will go around and visit you guys, but then we'll come back. Kiểu như visit, kiểu như làm quen nhau rồi kiểu nói chuyện này ở chút xíu thôi. Rồi trả lời mấy câu hỏi speaking nào mình chọn, whatever you want. Xong mình sẽ come back or listen to you guys speak, and then we'll just do some, back and forth. So week 1. Ok, thì chị gửi cái link cho các bạn nha. Cái đây là rất là nhiều câu hỏi example, nên là các bạn cứ chọn đại nào mà các bạn thấy khó nhất hay gì đó rồi các bạn discuss với nhau cho vui. Dễ nhất thì tùy. Lấy cái link đi ha. Rồi. I'm gonna pin the message. Mình có cái link này, sau đó thì chị sẽ mở breakout room cho các bạn nha. Mà nói nghe nè, cái breakout room này nó sẽ chạy trong 5 phút, có nghĩa là mình chỉ làm được cái part 1 thôi. Mình làm part 1, mình chào nhau này nọ, mình chạy 5-10 phút gì đó thì chị tùy. Xong rồi cái chị sẽ shuffle, nên là mình đang ngồi cái tự nhiên mình sẽ có lời mời qua phòng khác thì mình nhớ đi nha, đừng ngồi đó. So I'm gonna shuffle as well. So I hope you guys have a enjoyable time. Trời ơi, đúng là lỗi gà thiệt á. Let's see. Anyone with the link in view. Rồi các bạn tự refresh nha. Gà quá, lỗi gà quá. Ok, có rồi, ok, perfect. Rồi, mời các bạn vô room. Nhớ mở camera lên hết nha. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Hi. Wow. Two Hồng Ngọc in the same room. Okay, so who's gonna ask?
You can call me now, but just not
Okay.
just to differentiate between us.
So who's gonna ask first?
What about the topic of money and spending? Because today, I mean, this week theme is about that, right? Or
Yeah.
something about business, economy, work, and career.
Like, do you want to go with work and career or money and spending? Or we can mix both, like, yeah. Okay, so like we're gonna ask each of us, and then like we answer in turn, or like we're gonna discuss a question together. Okay. So, what skills are important for success in workplace?
The 10th one. Well, where? Oh,
Yeah. What about now?
okay. Okay, for me as a marketer, I think that this the most valuable skill is the planning skills. As you know that with the development of AI, people get used to it and use it for the purpose of researching. Yeah, it's just good to say that it is the expert in research. But the thing is, AI cannot look at the whole big picture to give it like to set a path uh, from the starting to the ending points. So the thing is, if we don't have the mindset of being a strategic planner, the strategic planner is mean that you have the ability to look at the big picture of the project, of the initiatives. So I think with that skills, we can compete with AIs and even be friends with it. So I think that it is the most valuable skills in the workplace.
Okay. Actually, like in the Google Docs, I noticed that this question doesn't ask you to like name one specific skill, but like what skills are. So I guess you can talk about like a lot of skills, like two or three, and I think that soft skills are very important as well. Especially like communication skills and like time management skill. And I think that like when you have the ability to put your points across to others, you can convince them and maybe like your consumers to purchase the products of your company, and maybe you can get promoted for that. So yeah, I guess we can move on to another question. Okay, so uh, it's time for you to choose another question.
What about the last one in the topic of money and finance? Oh, oh, I think the 15 one. uh, should schools teach students about personal finance?
Uh, which one?
The fifth, the 15 questions. Should schools teach students about personal finance?
Well, I think like definitely yes, because it is very important to teach children about managing their money, especially like in this current economy landscape when companies are launching new products like very often because their sole purpose is to make profits, and if students are not very aware of finance, they can easily waste their money purchasing things that are not very useful, like the baby three. Yeah, they just follow the trends and they do not really buy things that will become handy for them. So I think that it is very important in order for students to avoid having debts. So what about you?
So yes, I definitely think that school should teach student about personal finance skill, because if student when they go in when they start their life, they don't have any skill about finance. They don't know how to manage their budgets and spend it, like spread it everywhere. They will go in red at the end of each month. So I think it's really essential, and it's also the most essential skill based on the 80-20 rules that I have learned.
Oh,
Okay.
hello. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, uh,
Wait, I'm so confused. What are you saying? Right. Oh, no. I only take out 1 or 2 people. Like I made sure that, yeah. Okay, that's funny. What? Let me bring everyone back out. How was that? How was practice? I love that. Okay, well, I'm gonna bring everyone back out and then we'll just talk about these topics and get everyone kind of, ready to discuss some money and business and work so that we don't have to worry about this again, ever. Okay. Hi, friends.
Hi.
Hi. Ủa sao camera của tao nó bị mất hoài vậy? Kỳ vậy? Give me a second here. Join now. Yeah, probably. That is such an old reference. Cái reference đó nó cũ à, kiểu như là cái reference mà bị cắn bởi cá mập là mấy năm nay rồi mày. Bây giờ mày đem lại nữa. Hi mọi người, welcome back. Chúng ta mở camera lên nhá. So like you did a little warm up. So now we're gonna do some speaking together. Không biết là các bạn tuần này các bạn có đọc cái tip để làm speaking của tụi mình chưa? Trời ơi, xin lỗi nha. Lãi lộ quá. I went out with my family today. Dạ, tao không có thay đồ không? So that's why I look this way. Okay. So let's see. Work and career. Không biết các bạn có đọc không? Thì giờ chị cũng nói sơ lược qua là speaking nó có 3 phần. Thì cái phần đầu tiên tụi mình phải tập trung nhất là fluency. Để là thứ nhất là bản thân mình, về bản thân mình sẽ lấy được cái đà để mà mình thi nguyên cái phần thi speaking cho nó tốt. Nhưng mà một cái nữa là cái người giám khảo khi người ta vào part 1 người ta không có tìm từ vựng, người ta cũng không có tìm structure, tại mình không có argue cái gì hết mà mình chỉ nói về bản thân mình thôi á. So like, what's your favorite color? Oh, have you ever bought something expensive hay là whatever it is? Thì người ta đang tìm là cái đứa này có biết tiếng Anh hay không. Ok. Và cái đứa này nó sẽ set một cái baseline là nếu như mà đứa này nó lưu loát thì nó sẽ chấm là 7 hay 7.5 rồi sau đó nó cộng điểm dần dần as you go on. Còn nếu như mà đứa này nó không lưu loát thì auto là dưới 7 rồi, nên là sẽ khó để mà mình recover cái điểm mình lên for speaking especially. Nên là tập trung fluency là chủ yếu đã. Đến khi mình qua part 2 thì chúng ta sẽ tập trung cái là vocab, tại vì các bạn có 1 phút để chuẩn bị, nên là các bạn phải tập trung đánh vocab càng nhiều càng tốt. Về cái topic này mình nghĩ liền là ví dụ như nói về một businessman, ok, business person thì mình biết những cái từ gì, make a profit, kiểu như là hardworking, work ethics, kiểu như mình viết ra một số cái từ thú vị, sau đó bắt đầu mình nghĩ ý, đúng không, để mà mình đánh cái vocab cho make sure là người ta chấm điểm vocab mình cao. Và cuối cùng part 3, cái này nó nằm trong cái learning lab hết đó nha, nên về đọc đi nha, đừng có để trôi qua xong rồi tới cuối 10 tuần cái xong nói ủa đâu biết rồi thì ủa lắm. So cái part 3 nó là structure, có nghĩa là mình phải trả lời cho nó đúng cái công thức là topic sentence, cái ý của bạn là gì, sau đó mình explain ra. Chị explain đến vần sao quên rồi, explain, sau đó mình example ra, là cái này là baseline, tối thiểu phải làm được 3 cái này. Nhưng mà nếu như muốn để 8 chấm thì mỗi cái này nó là một phần, chứ nó cũng không nhất thiết là một câu, nó không phải là 3 câu mà là 3 phần. Cái ý của mình là gì, mình explain chút xíu ra, sau đó mình nói về cái explanation chút xíu, xong rồi example. Có một số bạn sẽ thích phản đề, ví dụ như là what makes a business successful đi, ví dụ như timing, đúng không, thì explain ra tại sao, xong example ra, xong rồi mình có thể phản đề là mình nói là nếu như không có cái timing thì what happens. Sau đó là cái lúc mà chúng ta dùng câu điều kiện like if the timing is just inappropriate or not timely, then that business would be unsuccessful because blah 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 blah. Thì tùy mình phản đề. Nhưng mà nói là phản đề không có nghĩa là đem một ý kiến mới vô hay gì cho nó cực, mà là chỉ là nếu như cái premise, cái câu mà mình nói nó không true thì sao. Dạ, tại mình tin đó mà, thì nếu nó không true thì sao. Okay, cool. So let's do some part 1. I'm looking for absolute fluency. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is chị sẽ hỏi một câu. Ví dụ chị hỏi Huyền cái xong Huyền sẽ trả lời, mà Huyền không lưu loát cái là chị kick Huyền ra khỏi call, xong rồi Huyền join vô lại sau. Okay, so brace yourselves. Okay. What kind of work would you like to do in the future, Trần Ngọc Khánh Vy?
In the future, I would like to become an English teacher. That is my dream since that has been my dream since I was in grade 6, and I want to become an English teacher to teach at public school.
I like that. Nice. Nice, slow, giống như nhạc jazz vậy á. Faster, more fluent. Kiểu như more passionate, ngồi thẳng lên coi. Sáng dậy 9 giờ mấy rồi. Từ tới giờ sắp chuẩn bị đi ăn bánh mì rồi, đi ăn trưa rồi. Ok. Nhanh lên, nhiều passion lên coi. Passion, ok. Is it better to work for a company or to be self-employed? Tố Như.
Well, I think it depends on whether you want to, become independent, or you just you want to gain more experience from working for a bigger company. Well, personally, I want to be working for a corporation, because I think that I can, learn from the juniors there. The seniors there. I can, learn how the company operates successfully, and maybe I can use that knowledge to apply for my startup later, when I have more experience. And I think it's working for another company is a great stepping stone for my startup.
I like that. A stepping stone, là cái bước đẩy để lên cái khác. So I'm gonna try to also paraphrase what you guys said, để mà các bạn có thêm cái language để các bạn nói cùng cái ý đó nha. So Tố Như wants to join a large corporation because she wants to observe the operations of those professional, large, mature companies, so that she can apply the same knowledge to run her own startups in the future. Perfect. Okay. What do you like about your job or your studies? Hong Ngọc.
So what I like most about my study is that I have the opportunities to meet lots of people and make friends with lots of amazing people. It gives me an opportunity to develop my teamwork skills and also my communication skill and presentation skills. It's a chance for me to grow and develop as a person. So I really appreciate my study at university.
I love that. Very fluent. Good job. Chưa có đứa nào bị kicked ra hết. So nice. So one way to say this is mình sẽ nói là there are ample opportunities for something. Thì cái nãy giờ em nói là networking thôi. Make friends, meet new people. So there are ample opportunities for networking, so that I can meet new people, learn from them, and grow as a person. Perfect. What skills are important for success in the workplace, do you think? What do you think are important skills for success in the workplace? Huỳnh Phạm.
Well, from my perspective, a skill that is the most significant for being success in the workplace, I believe it is, I guess, the teamwork is the most important, because in a workplace you need to meet many people, and you need to incorporate with them to in order to deal with a task. So you definitely need a teamwork skill in order to become active and become active in a team, and how to solve many unexpected circumstances between your peers and your college. Em hơi xịt kia.
That's okay. Chị tính kick nó ra nhưng mà thôi kệ, thấy nó cũng vẫn nói. So be careful. Hồi nãy mình nói gì là teamwork thì nó là cooperate. Operate là vận hành, cooperate là vận hành chung, chứ không phải incorporate là sáng lập một công ty. Tôi đọc vô mặt mình. Cooperate, cooperate and collaborate là làm collab á, nghệ sĩ hay collab á, collaborate. Coexist có nghĩa là mình không có ghét nó, mình vẫn có thể tồn tại chung với nó. So this is kind of like một cái cách edgy hơn để mình nói. So you need to learn to cooperate with your colleagues, collaborate with your workers and work in teams, or at the bare minimum, you have to learn to coexist with people that you don't like, right? And I think that collaborative problem solving is better than individual problem solving because you can brainstorm better, think of many ideas more quickly. Nice. Rồi giờ chị không hỏi nữa, mời mấy bạn đã trả lời rồi hỏi đi. Mời Huyền, Huyền chọn một câu bất kỳ từ 1 đến 10. Huyền hỏi một bạn bất kỳ, chỉ mặt nó hỏi.
Okay, so do you prefer to save money or spend it? Hồng Ngọc Liêu.
I
It's a really good answer.
Good, yeah, I like it a lot. Budget allocation là cách mình phân tiền ra trong cái budget. Unsettling, which is a really good word. This would definitely push you over to, ý là nếu như cái level của vocab em consistent ở cái khoảng unsettling á, đổ lên á, thì vocab easy 8 plus. Unsettling, it makes me nervous. It unsettles me. Unsettle somebody. Unsettles me. Nice. Well, it will be, it will be. Ok, rồi giờ Hồng Ngọc hỏi câu bất kỳ cho mấy bạn còn lại đi.
Oh, I actually didn't expect you to ask me a part 2 question. So, well, for me, part 2, part 3, no, oh, sorry, because I didn't find it in the document. Okay, now, as a student with a student perspective, I say the marketplace is a really like changeable place. Like it changes every day, so we have to set an eye on it really careful every day, especially for companies and firms, and also the customers, the consumers' tendency to buy things has changed from years to years, from days to days. So it is different every day. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, wait, tao quên cái câu hỏi nó là gì rồi, so I don't know, but it sounds like a good answer. What was the question again? What was the question? What is different, right? Oh, I see.
Oh, job market.
Oh,
I've heard the
oh, that's
marketplace.
tough. Trả lời rất hay nhưng mà bị trừ điểm lạc đề thôi. Nhưng mà tough. Good answer. So, how has the job market changed in recent years? Antoinette?
I think first is about the digital transformations. Like
Okay.
the market has increased demand for tech related roles in fields like data science, data analysis, software development, and cyber security. And another thing is, I think, is automations and AI. Like some repetitive jobs are being replaced by technology, and which is shifting the demand towards higher skill positions. And about the soft skill. Yeah, now I think the markets are emphasize on soft skill more, like employers like value adaptability, communications, and uh, problem solving skills more than ever. It's just that.
Good job, very good job. On the verge of bị kicked ra nhưng mà she solved it really nicely. Very nice. Fluent, good vocabulary, vocabulary rất là tốt. Chị muốn nói là cái chữ demand for something or something like that, mình có nhiều cụm khác lắm, but let's introduce this one. Các bạn biết cái khẩu vị không? Nhưng mà bon appetit á, người ta ăn hay nói bon appetit á, thì cái đó tiếng Pháp á, thì tiếng Anh nó là appetite, là cái khẩu vị cho cái gì đó, thì cái khẩu vị nó tăng, nó bằng nghĩa với cái demand tăng. So ví dụ như chị nói là there is an increased demand for tech jobs, there's an increased appetite for highly skilled tech people. Appetite là cái people want something, so like there's an increased appetite for like people with good communication skills, for example, right? The market has an increasing appetite for something. Okay, nice. Love that. Very, very, very quick thinking actually. Rồi thôi quay lại part 1 đi, đang làm part 1, bạn nhỏ này làm lạc đề quá. Hỏi Hà My nè. Hà My, hello Hà My. So, do you think you are good at saving money? Trả lời 2 phần, remember? Fluency, let's go.
It depends on my mood actually. Sometimes I feel that I want to buy a lot of things and I have a desire to buy books or novels to satisfy myself, and I was ready for saving money, and I actually don't eat anything like rice or anything for my lunch, and to just save money to buy my desire. But sometimes I just want to eat and I just want to spend my money. I don't care about any demand in my mind, and it really depends on my mood.
Okay, so it sounds like, okay, that's great. It depends on your mood. Em có thể nói thêm là kiểu như mood là ngoài mood gì, chị với em nói là sometimes là mày thích mua sách thì mày mua, là sometimes mày đói bụng mày mua đồ ăn. What about, cái đó không phải là cái mood. That hungry or hunger is not a mood. So talk more about sad feelings maybe, or happy feelings. What makes you want to buy more aside from hunger? But good answer. I'm just pushing you.
I actually don't have a certain mood like sad feelings or happy. I just think that sometimes I need novels to survive in the half of a year, or sometimes I give up and I just need to buy some food to eat, like because I'm boring.
I see. Ok, cái này chúng ta gọi là escapism ha các bạn, là kiểu trốn thoát khỏi cái thực tại cuộc sống nó stressful quá hay là nó boring quá, mình cần phải escape from that. Cái verb là escape đó, trốn thoát á. Thì I need escapism sometimes, so I make impulsive purchases, là những cái mua mà dựa trên quán tính. I would buy novels or sometimes food just to feel some excitement again. And you know, it's a little pick me up. Danh từ, little, nó là một cái pick me up nhỏ nhỏ. It's a little pick me up. Okay, cool. Pick me up là kiểu như bế mình lên khỏi cái sàn nhà tại vì mình sụp đổ, you know, tại mình buồn quá, mình chán quá đó. So like, it's a little pick me up. Okay, cool. Let's go to part 2. Bây giờ các bạn prep. Thôi part 2 về nhà làm đi, rồi các bạn có thể quay video up lên tại nó dài. Let's do part 3 together just to keep the momentum going. Let's talk about money and finance. How can people avoid financial problems? Khánh Vy.
I think to avoid financial problem, people should like have a good financial management. Like they should have a plan how to use their money, and also they also have to have a plan to use to save the money for the rainy day. like emergencies. And I have no ideas about that anymore.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. Financial management là một cái danh từ nói chung về cái sự quản lý. So people need to have good financial management skills hoặc là knowledge, right? Và khi mà chúng ta nói đến money và bản thân, tiền của bản thân, thì chúng ta gọi nguyên cái topic này là personal finance. So like they need to have a good grasp, nắm được. They need to have a good grasp of personal finance, personal finance knowledge, and how to make a budget, how to save, how to invest, so that they can make smarter decisions. For example, trả lời nó phải theo thi thì nó sẽ không bị bí không? Mình chỉ có cái câu topic rồi mình explain rồi xong example. For example, if I have a budget, then I know not to overspend. And that way I can, that way I can keep all of my spending under control. Okay, câu hỏi tiếp theo. Should schools teach students about personal finance? Hồng Ngọc. Mở tiếng lên, mày nói vậy.
Sorry. I firmly believe that educational institutions should teach their students about personal finance because with that skills, students know how to allocate their money, their budgets, and they do not overspend on unnecessary things. And in the near future, they know with the budget plan, they know how to invest in the right place, like how much money that they should spend in clothes and in other stuff, and they can save for rainy days and also save for buying their own house, I think. So yeah, I believe that schools should teach their students about personal financial management skill.
Okay, I like that. So let's see. Để ý một chút xíu là chị mới nghe cái đầu tiên em nói là every educational institution. Trường học không phải chỉ có trường học. Let me explain again, sorry. An educational institution is any institution that educates. So they're not just schools or universities. Ví dụ như một cái trường dạy mấy cái bạn làm cha trong nhà thờ á, hay là làm nữ nên nó làm bà đi tu á, cái đó cũng là một cái educational institution, hoặc là mấy cái chỗ dạy thêm cũng vậy nữa, nhưng mà chị biết là dạo này hình như Sài Gòn không cho dạy thêm nữa. So cái chuyện này có vẻ ngại cho các bạn, nhưng mà so anyway, so we want to make sure that when you paraphrase it's still accurate, chứ không phải là cái chỗ nào mà nó educational nó cũng phải dạy về personal finance. Just schools thôi, nên là make sure you just say schools. I like the ideas. Chưa có cái example. Ủa sao bộ như tao nói vô đây xong rồi mày bỏ ra bay đi, mày nghĩ tới cái khác vậy? Topic sentence explanation example. So like for example là add thêm một môn học tên là money management vô trong lớp, thêm một tiết nữa, like make sure you give an example so that you're not just meandering là nói kiểu như tiếp đó mà không có ý gì á. Okay, cool. So some words for money. Các bạn về nhà các bạn prep từ vựng nha, tại vì các bạn học cái chủ đề tuần nào thì prep từ vựng tuần đó. Khi mà mình nói đến tiền để mình mua nhà, hồi nãy bạn nói money to spend on a house, we call that a mortgage. Okay. Cái tiền nợ mà mình dùng để mình mua nhà, like how much to pay for a mortgage. Spend money on something, not in, okay, on. And then let's see, còn cái từ nào liên quan tới money, nghĩ coi. Investment, debt, nợ, tiền nợ, debt, D-E-B, B bỏ T, đọc là debt, bỏ chữ B đi, debt. Then we have budgeting, financial literacy, that's important. Kiểu personal finance, biết cái chữ văn không? Văn là gì? Văn học á. Bắt đầu bằng chữ L. Ai đó nói đi, it's not hard. That's right, literature. Thì một đứa mà biết chữ á, người ta sẽ gọi đó, cái đứa đó là literate. Còn cái đứa không biết chữ, bị mù chữ á, thì gọi là illiterate. Và nếu như mình chửi ai đó là cái đồ illiterate, có nghĩa là mày vừa chửi nó mất dạy đó. So that's how you chửi mất dạy in English. But also, so when we say this, thì mình sẽ biết một số cái từ liên quan đến financial literacy, là cái danh từ của chữ literate, có nghĩa là kiến thức, một đứa biết kiến thức về tài chính. So like someone who knows about personal finance and finance in general, we call them a financially literate person. Financially literate, thì cái đó là ví dụ như they have a good knowledge of financial literacy, and they have a good understanding of financial literacy, đúng không? Thì cái này nó nằm trong tầm ngắm của các bạn mà, tại gốc của nó là literature, văn học thôi, right? So thì thêm kiểu mở rộng ra là gì? Chúng ta có media literacy, có nghĩa là có biết lên mạng xài social media thật sự không, hay là ai nói gì cũng tin, không biết là có những cái nó scam, fake news này nọ. Nếu như mình biết phân biệt giữa cái này cái đó thì gọi là mình có media literacy, có kiến thức về cách làm xài media, là social media literacy. Okay, cool. Next, chúng ta có what else? Earnings, salary, income. Cái salary nó khác gì với cái income? Ai đó nói cho chị nghe đi. What's the difference?
Salary is the monthly money that the company pays you, and the income is the all of the money that you can make one month.
I like that. Good job. Perfect. Đúng rồi, income thì nó có thể gồm ví dụ như mình đầu tư, mình cho đứa nào cho bạn mình mượn lấy lời, thì cái tiền đó không phải là tiền lương, mà là cái tiền đó mình vẫn kiếm được tiền lời somewhere, right? So income is everything that comes in. Good job. Không chỉ salary. Great. Then we have what? Earnings. Earnings thì nó lại bằng với gì? Bằng salary thôi. It's just your salary. That's my earnings. Mình có từ gì nữa? Ví dụ như mình có spending, thì nó có một cái chữ gì nó bằng nghĩa với chữ gì á? E gì đó. Đúng rồi, chính xác ha. Expenditure. Your expenditure. Hoặc là your expenses. Thì từ đây mình suy ra cái từ là expensive, mắc đó. Right, okay, nó link với nhau ha. Okay, cool, perfect. Let's go to the next question. How important is job satisfaction? Câu cuối nè, có ai giơ tay không? Thì chị phải đi dạy cái lớp lúc 10 giờ, so just let me know if you want to speak, and then we'll end here today.
Well, I think that job satisfaction is of the essence, because like if you do a job just to earn enough money to live, but you do not feel very contented with what you are doing, then it deprives you of a sense of meaning in life, and you will lose motivation to work. And there are jobs which do not pay people very generously, but people are still very willing to do, such as firefighters. Even though they are not highly paid, they still work because they are cognizant of their responsibility to save and rescue other people's lives. So I think that job satisfaction and the joy, the happiness that you derive from your job is very important. It keeps you working, and it keeps you having a meaning in life to live and to contribute to the society.
Wow. Cry. Xúc động. Có phải tốt như là các bạn mà nói là tuần này em nói chuyện với một bạn nào khác không? Like you practice with somebody this week?
Dạ đúng rồi.
Oh, nice. Hard work pays off. Chị thấy ok á. Trời ơi, this is perfect. Ok, vậy thì trong tuần đợi tới lại sáng thứ hai thì chị lại post cái to-do list của cái tuần tiếp theo ha. Và các bạn cứ thong thả xem lại bài rồi link với mấy bạn còn lại đi, kiểu như find a speaking partner. Trong cái group đứa nào cũng muốn có partner hết, mà xong rồi thành không có group nào là tao thấy buồn lắm luôn. Tự nhiên đừng có đi ra công viên tìm thằng Tây nào nói chi nha. Find a friend in here. Rồi vậy nha, chúc các bạn một tuần vui vẻ. I am so honored to be here to talk with you all. See you next week. Bye. Bye nhé.
Bye.